In the process of creating pictures, there's a lot of things involved. Let's say retouching, color grading, and it sometimes depends on the lighting also. So today we're going to be discussing on how you can use frequency separation in terms of retouching skin. And if you use this in particular, from far it looks so clear that when you zoom, but when you zoom in, you tend to see, there are some hidden spots or skins that we don't need, such as excess hairs. And yes, we're going to be using frequency separation as usual. Welcome to Retouching Simplified. So with the areas of 14.0, I'm going to be playing with these, and if I try to zoom out, that is at 13%, this is what we have. So as my Gaussian blur loads, I'm going to be using these to remove excess skins as well as maintain the natural one. So with a feather of 40, yes, with a feather of 40, now notice this is what I'm going to be doing. So as I'm creating a selection, I round up from the areas that I want to fill up with the Gaussian blur, and with my Gaussian blur I just add up a radius of 2. This is 16 from 14.0. so I'm going to be applying my blur, and the same applies. And as I'm doing this selection, I don't entirely select or cut the entire part. I just go with a smaller part on a bigger part, and this is where I fail. So the places that I cut is where I want to bring in my blur, and then I'll fill up with the rest with the natural tone. Like that's what I'm trying to do here. So of course I'm going to cut here. I'm not cutting the entire blur. So usually when people use these formulas, they tend to round up with large surfaces, but in this method today we're using smaller areas to apply blur instead of using wide surfaces as it's been applied in the old methods. So I'm using still my added radius of 16.0 from 14 to 16.0, and I've not gone beyond that, and I'm not going below or above that. So from 14 to 16.0. And yeah, this is what we have been learning today. You can try it in your images and see if it can work for you. So here we've been learning how we can fill up excess textures using Gaussian blur without entirely filling up the whole image.